Something that I talk about all the time with my other single girlfriends is the pickings that men have of women versus the pickings that women have of men is so unfair. I mean, I truly see a beautiful woman that stops me in my tracks at least once a day, multiple times a day. I see a very good looking, attractive man maybe once a quarter. That's being generous. Like, what is going on? Where are all the good looking men? Like, it's so unfair out here.
When women say they see beautiful girls everywhere, you really have to take that with a grain of salt. Because even though, yes, there are generalities that we can all agree on, the end list is usually different, as proven in shows like Jubilee, who have done a few versions of guys rating girls and girls rating guys, and the end results are always different. So when a girl says, well, there's hotties everywhere, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, because you're going to tell me every woman's hot. But moreover, the real problem is we have women like this who are really just mid, and even though women see that as a negative, it really isn't. But because all these mid women have their egos overblown, because they got a Chad to sleep with them, or give them a little bit of attention, they all think they deserve their personal Henry Cavill, like there's some factory just making them, when in reality there's hardly any 10s walking around for either gender, because if there were, 10 would just be the average. But what I will say, there are more attractive women than men. That's because men are built more with function than fashion in mind, and they're the ones expected to perform, while women are the ones expected to incubate. Well, until recently that is. And that's what I think this woman is seeing. Yeah, there are going to be more attractive women than men, otherwise men probably wouldn't have sex with them. But she's overblowing it, because she's either gotten a few chads, or gets bombarded with images from social media that makes it look like there's chads everywhere. And then when she looks up from the phone, the world doesn't look like that. And it really doesn't, because what you're seeing is a condensed version of the world's population that pushes the best of the best. And when that's all you see, you think that's all there is. Because all those profiles of your average guy you're not seeing don't get shown to you. It filters them out for you, where real life doesn't have that filter. The same thing can be applied to weightlifting, because from the outside it looks like everybody can bench 405, when most people can only do one plate. So what we have here is a convergence of a few different things. And men women gassed up by social media, who has to see hotties everywhere, because if they're all mid, then what would that make her? That's why she gasses up all these mid women while saying there's only a handful of attractive men, when really it's roughly the same. And then when she looks up and doesn't have that social media filter applied, she can see most people don't look like that, because the reality of it, most people aren't that attractive. But because there's a fire hose of it through social media, they think there's way more than there actually are. And if she really wants to know what's unfair, is that now your average guy either gets nothing or gets some fat ran through girl with interracial kids, just for the crime of being average.